speak on this bill. Actually, I must commend Senator Chris Ayaun for the very extensive work done in the Occupational Safety and Health Bill. And I know that the bill is desirable, and I want to urge everybody to support it. This is the first time we are coming out extensively to create an appropriate framework that will touch on the lives of the people who work in the various factories and many other places. In the past, we just had a Factory Act, which you referred to, and the issue of safety was just tucked into a small section of that Factories Act. But today, we are coming out with a bill that is actually going to touch on the safety in the workplace, where the persons who own the workplaces must provide safety regulations and policies, and the employees must be properly informed on all this, and there is a room for the employees to report to an appropriate place and for sanctions to also be given when things have gone wrong. If we look at a section of our Constitution, and it's very key, in section 17 of the Nigerian Constitution, at subsection 3, paragraphs B and C. In paragraph B, it says, the condition of work, that is, the state shall direct its policy towards ensuring that B, the condition of work are just and humane. And in C, that the policy must be directed towards ensuring the health, safety, and welfare of all persons in employment, that health, safety, and welfare of all persons in employment are safeguarded and not endangered or abused. The Constitution actually guarantees that the workplace must be safe for every Nigerian, but that has not been the situation in the past. But this bill, with the extensive work, definitely will help to guarantee such provision by the Constitution. There's a provision for a National Council that will help to supervise and go further to place appropriate sanctions. And there's a wide difference, though related, but there's a wide difference between the Occupational and Safety Health Bill and the bill for the Institute for Safety Professionals of Nigeria. One is to provide the safety issues and to regulate the workplace. The other one is just a bill that creates a body separate that will help to ensure that there is safety management. But it is a body that is out of government and created on its own. It is a body of professionals that is being created through a legislation. Otherwise, that body is already existing at the moment, but existing in the name of Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals. Yes, while I support the idea that there is a need to institutionalize that body through appropriate legislation, but we must distinguish it from the bill that is supposed to create the Occupational Safety and Health Act, because that bill is going to be operated through a council that will be under the Ministry of Labor with some supervisory role by the Ministry of Health. That is a body under the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that probably will be operated through the states too. But that body is to regulate the workplace and ensure that there's appropriate reporting in case of danger, and that there's an inspectorate department which can enforce compliance. And I think that both bills should be supported, but there are two separate bills, and it is important that we realize that it is better to treat them separately. While one is an arm of government that seeks to ensure the provisions of the Constitution, the second one, which is the Institute for Safety Professionals, is only to help create and train professionals that will help support whatever are the provisions that are in the Occupational Health and Safety Bill. But one other thing I would like to draw attention to, and I hope that Senator Ake, who proposed the bill, will be able to help us answer that question. The names appear very similar because it has come as a bill as the Institute for Safety Professionals of Nigeria. But I'm also aware that there's already an existing body And that existing body, which he referred to in his lead debate, that came up first in 1980 as the Nigerian Society of Safety Professionals, then later incorporated in 1990 as Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals. Now it has been incorporated as Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals, NISP. But in the bill, it is coming as Institute of Safety Professionals of Nigeria. I do not know whether we're not going to have any problem with this name, since that body is already incorporated, and I do not know whether there's a motion by that body that relates to the little change in name. It may be little, but this kind of things could create some problem when we're talking about incorporation of certain institutes by the Communist and Allied Acts. But I support both bills, but there's a need to have a distinction between the two bills. And I hope that this Senate, and I pray this Senate, to support this bill and to ensure the speedy passage